The body count continues.
We're back.
We're certainly something. It's been a while.
We've been
We,
on
we
a little bit of a hiatus.
yeah, we told everyone that we'd see them next Tuesday, and then we up and disappeared, like my dad 20 years ago.
What the fuck
Too much lore.
is this? Is turning it? Is this? I can't even speak. Is this turning into a therapy session?
Well,
Oh God.
therapy can be good for people, and maybe if a couple of the people in today's movie had had some therapy sessions, it would have saved a lot of trouble. Something to think about, Mariam, when
Who in
reconsidering
particular?
House of Wax.
Who in particular in House of Wax needs therapy?
I think
Vincent?
And
Bo?
Vincent
Yeah. Okay.
would both benefit from it. The other brother, he's not too bad. Like, sure, he's got questionable line of work, throwing animals in a pit, killing them and whatnot, but he seems pretty upbeat, pretty helpful to people.
I would
The
just
other
like to
two,
say,
not so sure.
Bo doesn't need therapy. I could fix him.
Just bet you could.
I really
You'd
could.
certainly aspire to.
I would fix him over and over and over again.
Yeah, Marianne made some noises when we watched this movie.
I did absolutely not.
She did. She'll deny it now, but it's what happened.
Okay, like a deep exhale is not a noise, really. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, before we get into the movie, there's
A lot of
something.
discourse this week.
let's
Last
not
week
worry.
too.
Let's not worry too much about the discourse, Marianne.
No, I'm not worried about it, but Resident Evil, Scream, it's all over the place. And I just think we'd all be happier if we hopped offline for a quick minute and watched a good horror movie, like House of Wax.
Or in my case, a bunch of bad horror movies.
Yeah, that works too. Watch any horror movie and everybody fucking love each other. Enough of this shit.
Giggity.
We all share this common ground. We all love horror movies. Why are we fighting? Horror
Good
movies are not
question.
as
Good question.
horror movies are not as unifying as I'd like them to be these days,
World peace isn't
unfortunately.
going to be achieved via horror movies, unfortunately. Although it
Hey,
should. That'd be
you
ideal.
don't know.
Maybe in the future.
My heart is broken. We lost Jonathan Tiersten this week, Ricky from Sleepaway Camp, who delivers not only the greatest line of the movie, but I want to say like one of the greatest lines in the genre, period, full stop.
I'll allow it. Certainly a great comeback.
It's the greatest comeback. It's eat shit and live, Bill.
So you can
And
enjoy it, the aftertaste.
absolutely fucking iconic.
It is a pretty legendary scene. Like, even people that haven't seen Sleepaway Camp, I think, know that line.
I think so.
It's a pretty major contribution to history that Jonathan Tiersten made just with that line.
Contribution to the movie and the genre. I feel so bad for his friends and his family. He had a son. And I know the Sleepaway Camp cast is going through it. So, like, this feels almost selfish to say. I'm so disappointed I never got a chance to meet him. So disappointed.
You are a convention enjoyer. I personally have never been to one, so I don't really feel this degree of disappointment that you do as a convention hopper, that I've never met someone. Would have been nice to have met Tony Todd, but we would have never been in the same place anyway, so
I
it's
think he would.
whatever.
I think he would love a good convention.
Well, you don't know until you try it, do you? And I've just never tried it.
Well, I know you don't leave your house much, but like we're the same like that. We're no, but we're both homebodies. Um, I don't like going out very often, and I don't like crowds. So
Yeah, that's the thing for me. That's
you
the real
think a
big hang up.
convention would be like the last place I'd be, but it's really because there's so much toxicity online in the horror community. I really feel like conventions are the last bastion of the community where it's 100% positive.
Yeah,
You're in a room with like-minded people.
fun, aren't they?
Yeah, and for
They're not
somebody
there, the
like me
tone
who's
police
like
show.
somebody like me who's a bit socially devoid, I don't go up to people and talk to them. That's not my nature. I'm extremely introverted, and that's not the case when I go to a convention. You just meet so many people who love the same movies that you love, and you meet celebrities that under normal circumstances you'd never ever get to meet. And they're so kind and they love their fans, and you can kind of geek out. It's really, I don't know, I think you would enjoy it. I think you'd enjoy it if you didn't go to one that was, like, too big. I wanna go to, like, Scaredice or Texas Frightmare Weekend, but I'm petrified because 'cause they're fucking huge.
Well, it seems like they're the best ones as well. They've always got incredible guest lists. They both got Emma Roberts this year.
Yeah, I saw that. Um, Scaredice in, October, they got Alicia Cuthbert and Chad Michael Murray. We get good guests up here too. I'm not like, there's no shade at all, but I feel like we don't get many, like, once in a lifetime guests. Most of the guests that come to Frightmare in the Falls, the one that I go to every year,
Convention regulars.
they're convention regulars.
They're the backbone of it, really, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. I really do have to travel, I feel like, to the US, specifically to Texas and Florida,
Yes, it seems like
um,
it. Like we
to
we
get
had
these.
Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard for one of our conventions, and they ended up cancelling. I think the best you can get from a UK convention is like Simon Pegg or something.
They rescheduled. They canceled last year, but they
Did they actually
went
come
this year.
back?
Yeah, they did.
Also, it's
And
happened. Shows
yeah,
what I
and
know.
Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard are convention regulars at this point.
Yeah,
I see these announcements and I get like I go through stages of like jealousy, frustration, checking my bank account to see if I can make it work, which is then followed by sadness, despair.
panic.
Like, yeah, the thought of joining OnlyFans. No, I'm
I was gonna
joking.
say, finger hovering over OnlyFans
Feet finder.
register button, feetfinder.com.
Does anybody need a kidney
What?
that works to, I wanna say 85% capacity? I'll sell it cheap.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but unfortunately, t- part and parcel of this week's news is that you will not be meeting Jonathan Tiernan
I won't, and
at
yeah,
convention.
it sounds so stupid to say that, like, when
How old
somebody
was he?
passes, because
Late
he was
50s, right?
60, he was young.
He was only a kid when Sleepaway Camp came out. It was, what, 83, 43
Yeah.
years ago. Not old at all.
Sleepaway Camp is one of my favorite movies, and, we all talk about how much we love Felissa Rose, it's pretty much universal.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
tweeted about this.
I don't think Ricky gets his flowers.
Have you seen the theory that Ricky was the second killer in that movie?
Yeah, I personally disagree. There's, Judy's death scene when she's sitting in the dark curling
The,
her hair
the
and the
silhouette
door.
scene.
Yeah, the door opens and you see Jonathan Tiersten, like, it's very clear. I know they're trying to, like, put shadow over his face and, like, keep the lighting low, but you can tell it's Jonathan Tiersten,
Especially on the Blu-rays.
but he has long hair. He looks like he has long hair.
It looks like
So,
someone stood behind him.
yeah, I think it's plausible. It's not a terrible theory. I just think that that was the director's attempt at a red herring.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit of misdirection that Angela was doing it all. Because where was he in the sequels? He didn't die, did he?
He didn't die. I would have liked to see him come back in one of the earlier sequels, but maybe because they switched from Felissa Rose to Pamela Springsteen, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked really, would it?
But he did come back and return to Sleepaway Camp, which I
Everybody's
enjoyed,
favorite entry.
but I wish I enjoyed it more
Yeah,
than I
I,
did.
I know it wasn't amazing or anything, but I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was fun, stupid,
Yeah, it was.
but like it was tolerable. Like I've seen people say it was like terrible. I don't really agree. But then we have different standards when it comes to slashers. If
It
it evokes the spirit of an 80s slasher movie, we're all for it.
it's a shame that we had to lose him to see him get some recognition. And he's so good in that movie. He rides for his cousin.
Yeah,
Like, he is ready to beat the living shit out of anybody and everybody who fucks with Angela, and I respect it. I like his sartorial choices too.
we discussed that. People want you like especially want crop tops back for
Crop
men.
tops and short shorts. Guys, what are you doing that you're not wearing crop tops and short shorts anymore? And when I say short shorts, I mean so short that we can see the pocket peeking out,
Okay,
and so tight that, we can see the outline. Come on. We watched a banger this week, House of Wax, the
not the
remake.
Vincent Price original,
No. Which
which is
all
fine.
apologies to Vincent Price, but
He's dead. He
this
can't
one
be
is so
hurt.
much better. Oh, come on. I love Vincent Price, I do, but House of Wax, the original for me, has always been a bit of a miss.
Yeah, it's Bela Lugosi that you want to worry about slandering because he might come back.
Unlikely?
Price has done so.
Come on.
I like the original, but I would have to agree with you that the remake is an improvement. It's certainly more in our wheelhouse as like a slasher movie. It's basically more, as you've said to me, a remake of Tourist Trap than anything. Mashed up with like TCM 2003 and maybe a bit of the original TCM too.
with the themes of family. Um, I've always I've always thought it was very TCM coded.
I mean, it's that whole era, isn't it? Of remakes with the TCM 2003 set off. This is like smack dab in the middle of it, kind of.
I'm talking more about, like, I guess the deeper themes, which I know some people might be like, "Wait a minute, the deeper themes of House of Wax? Come on, bitch."
Yeah, it's very
But
deep film.
but, um, the backstory about the Sinclairs and the way Vincent is very much like Bubba. He's childlike, innocent in a lot of ways, and it's actually his brother who takes on the more villainous role, kind of like in the original TCM with the cook or in the remake with Hoyt. Bubba's just a silly little boy, kind of like Vincent.
The henchmen, they do the heavy lifting, but they're not really pushing events.
It's one of the best remakes for me. I don't know if you agree.
Uh,
Even though it's a remake of a completely different movie, which by the way, I think is batshit crazy.
Tourist Trap's good.
No, it's great, but I just think it's
Weird.
so funny
Well,
that they were like, "Let's remake Tourist Trap, but we're gonna call it House of Wax."
name recognition, you know? Like, who's going to show up for a remake of Tourist Trap? Have they done a remake of Tourist Trap? I feel like that might have been one that if they did do it, it ends up in like the DVD bin at Walmart or something, or whatever they have in Canada. We have Asdas here.
Listen, I would be first in line opening day for a remake of Tourist Trap, which I was, because this is the remake of Tourist Trap. But if they decided to do an actual, like, name for name remake, yeah, I'd be there. I think I think the horror landscape is evolving. It's becoming less and less niche. Like it still is to a certain degree, but I think we're not the sickos that we were once labeled as.
Unless you like the Terrifier movies, then you are sick. So the internet.
Complimentary, you sick fucks.
But I think to answer your question, it is a pretty good movie. I'm not sure I'd rank it right at the top of the remake era, the 2000s, which there's so many of them. I think TCM 2003 is probably the gold standard still. And I like the Friday the 13th remake better than House of Wax too. And probably a movie that you watched this week. I saw in your letterbox. You don't like it
Oh,
as much as me, but I like Rob
I
Zombie's
knew you
Halloween
were gonna
remake
go
a
there.
little more than this. Hey, Ronnie, man,
Listen,
what a guy.
it's funny. I thought about this. I thought about
Inspirational.
this today because I got a comment on my letterbox review.
You got a couple. You were popping off.
I got to relax. There are some great performances in that movie, and the ones that stand out to me are Malcolm McDowell, Danielle Harris, Tyler Main, number one, Brad Dourif does an amazing job. And
I think he's especially good in the sequel.
he is, even though I hate
He's
the
good in the
sequel.
first one
I
too.
hate the sequel even more, but I like Dourif, and I should have included William Forsythe on that list as the stepdad.
Yeah, like
Ronnie is
it's a really good performance playing a gross, distinct
a
bastard of a
disgusting
man
piece of shit. He beats Sherry Moon Zombie, well, not Sherry Moon Zombie, but the
who's method
character
acting
that
on
she
set.
plays, Michael Myers' mother. He But that's not even
Trashes
the
the
worst
kitchen
offense.
too. Abuses Michael. I know where you're going.
He fucking goons on his stepdaughter, who is underage.
16, 17.
I mean, even if she's of age, she's married to her mother, and he's talking about her tight little ass.
Right in front
Uh,
of her mom too. Like,
so it's not easy for me to connect those dots because I fucking hate the character so much, but he did something right.
he's vile.
Because, like, he's supposed to be
I find him a
vile,
little
and
funny
mission
though. Like, I
accomplished.
know that's probably a poor reflection on me, but like when Sherry Moon Zombies berate him over the waitress at the diner or whatever it was, and she's like talking to him about, I hope you enjoy fucking her, or whatever the words is. I can't remember the dialogue. Something about her boobs, and he's like, "I will." It's those little things that he did as well, just complete the performance of this utter bastard. But yeah, I like Halloween a little better than this. Controversial, I know, and I would put The Hills Have Eyes above House of Wax. Also, it has a main character that starts out as one like archetype and becomes another one by the end, which we'll get into later.
For me, House of Wax is part of my holy trinity
I know what one of them
of
is.
remakes.
Wait, I think I know what two of them are.
You know
Yeah, it's got
all
to be
of them.
TCI Day and House of Wax, right?
Um,
I'm good. I know you so well.
you got it.
I'm in the walls.
They all have, like, similar tones and the color palettes, gray, grimy, sweaty. Um, I just love
Friday
it.
was a
I
little
can't
more
get
colorful,
enough
I
of
think.
it. It was, but not for long. The second it got dark, everything went gray again, which I'm
Yeah.
not mad at because the
I
blood at least looked
respect
like blood.
putting this in the Holy Trinity. It's a very good movie. Like, and a lot of the movies I'm saying I prefer to it, like it's marginal. I think I've got Halloween, House of Wax, Friday. Those of ours all rated the same on Letterboxd, so it's not like there's a big gap. I'm just nitpicking.
Well, nobody's perfect.
I certainly try. This week we're in agreement on House of Wax, so let's talk about that. It's the story of 6 kids who are going to a college football game because Americans, they love their teenage sports.
I love a good road trip horror movie, and that's what this is.
In a way, yeah. It's like Wrong Turn again, but
Wrong
different.
Turn, TCM,
It's a classic setup.
driving down some remote areas always makes for a good horror movie.
And of course, because everyone else is going to this football game or whatever the explanation is, they can't actually get there. Like, it's a traffic jam that stops some of them when the others have already stayed behind. But the point is they end up stranded in, I think, a Louisiana town. You weren't so sure when I mentioned this to you, but I think they mentioned it's Louisiana.
I have watched this movie so many times, and I'm not calling you a liar. You could be right. I notice new things with every rewatch. It's not that I didn't believe you. It's that I couldn't believe that after so many rewatches, it's not something that I would have already picked up on.
Well, what we do know is that the town is called Ambrose, and right in the middle of it is a house of wax, which is where the movie gets its title from. Imagine that. And this house of wax is, I want to say, operated by Vincent and Beau, with these twin brothers.
The whole town is operated by these brothers because there's not another person who lives in this town.
But it's not really operational in the sense that you think of a house of wax being operational. It's not accepting visitors. Not really. It's just accepting new wax figures.
They just like to lure people off the interstate
And
and turn them into wax figures, which there's a whole, like
which is how
there's a
they
whole
stop the town.
lore to this family. Their mother, Trudy Sinclair, was the wax queen who built this wax empire, I'm assuming at a time when the town was inhabited, married to a doctor, and then they had Vincent and Beau, who were conjoined twins, separated by their dad, leaving Vincent disfigured and Beau with some serious fucking anger issues. Mom died at one point. Dad, I don't know, died or left. I don't think they really talk about their dad's fate.
Well, Mom's certainly dead because she's in a coffin in the church.
It's implied in the movie that when Trudy was in charge of this enterprise, she was making wax figures. Just a hobby.
That changed.
When she died, Vincent took over because he's the artist. Beau is really sexy, but he's just angry. Um, I have to focus.
You do.
I think when Mom died, Vincent took over and he was just doing wax figures. I think it's Beau is like the mastermind. He is the diabolical one. I think he is the one who started pulling people off the interstate.
How about the other people in town though? Because they had to go somewhere. They they killed them also. Do you think?
Yes, I think in the immediate aftermath of their mother's death, I think Vincent was just carrying on as usual.
Okay.
For how long, I don't know. It was Beau. Like I said, he's the mastermind, and Vincent isn't innocent in all of this.
Well, he's certainly not innocent in this movie. What we
He
see him do.
he's been going along with it for a very long time, but I don't think he was like, "Hey, bro, you wanna start killing people and putting them in wax?"
Well, he doesn't say anything really, so
He groans at one point,
which you also do.
on occasion.
But yes, something snapped at some point, and that doesn't bode well for these 6 teens. Are they teens or are they young adults? You never can tell with these 2000s
They're
horror
young
movies.
adults,
The
listen.
actors certainly aren't teenagers.
When this movie came out, Chad Michael Murray was on One Tree Hill. The
Okay.
the
Never watched
entire
it.
cast is, like, plucked out of the WBCW era.
Yeah, we've got Supernatural guy. He's here too. Jared Padalecki.
Chad Michael Murray was playing a high school student, and I guarantee he was, like, 25. Then you have John Abrams from Scary Movie. You've got the Paris Hilton, who needs no
The
introduction.
Paris Hilton, a true
Well,
thespian who who shows off the range of her acting skills in House of Wax. This is certainly, well, it's her most famous performance in a regular in a regular movie.
rounding out the cast is Robert Richard, who played Paris Hilton's boyfriend, Blake. Young cast of hot people who are going to camping, or they're going to a football game, but they're gonna camp out for the night, and they're gonna drink, and they're gonna smoke some pot, and they're gonna have some premarital
Couple,
sex.
a couple of them are going to try and have sex, or maybe four of them are going to try and have sex. Because there's two couples, and then there's Bobby from Scary Movie and the other guy who
Put
is
some respect on his name.
who is the brother of Elisha Cuthbert's character Carly. His name's Nick, and and he's not going to have sex with Bobby, by the way.
I saw something this week, I want your take on it.
Okay, this is a rarity.
Shut up. Somebody said that the sexual tension between Alicia Cuthbert's character and Chad Michael Murray's character was
Oh
off the
no,
charts. Look, they're not brother and sister in real life. Let's have a conversation about this.
I mean, well, yeah, but if you're specifying characters,
There is kind of some sexual tension.
well, maybe it is set in Louisiana after all. I wouldn't say that there was sexual tension between these two. Like, maybe you've been on X videos too much. I don't know what to tell you. Nick and Bobby, which his name's not Bobby in this movie, by the way. It's Dalton,
Stop calling him
but he's
Bobby. I like Chad Michael Murray's character a lot. I think
he's set up to be a douchebag at first, but then
he's
he
got a
becomes
really good
better.
arc. He's set up to be the douchebag. You're waiting for that spectacular kill.
Like Trent in Friday the 13th, or that guy at the end of Cabin Fever
Let's not
getting
put
lit up.
Trent in the same category as that dick from Cabin Fever.
Kind of similar. Shoulder left blonde hair.
Watch how you talk about him.
We're Trent enthusiasts, but most people
I'm a
seem to
Trent
celebrate his
Gooner, not
death.
an enthusiast.
Oh, you goon enthusiastically.
But he turns it around the second he realizes that his sister is in danger. She is his biggest adversary in the first act. Like, he has a lot of hostility towards her, a lot of resentment there. He's snippy, he's rude, he's disrespectful.
Kicks a can out of a homeless guy's hand at one point. There's a switch. And he becomes the hero of the movie.
It turns out that Carly's boyfriend, Wade, ends up being the douchebag. I mean, not on the same level as Nick in the first act, because it's hard to top kicking a can out of a homeless man's hand. But he ends up being like this nosy little bastard who goes into the House of Wax and pulls out a lighter and touches
Touches
everything and
everything,
tries to
melts
melt
stuff, yeah.
something.
I want to say Wade's the first to go, but he isn't actually because of what he gets subjected to by Vincent after nosing around. Like he doesn't even stop in the House of Wax with his nosing around. He has to do it when he ends up back at Bo and Vincent's house because he needs to use the bathroom. Even then, he has to go around touching stuff. Even though everything's covered in thick layer of dust, he has to touch it. He has to fuck around, and he finds out pretty roughly when Vincent, like we say he's similar to Leatherface. He goes full Leatherface to subdue Wade. Comes about the fucking trapdoor in the floor, slashes his Achilles. Hostile moment / child's play free moment.
Vincent has this air of protectiveness over his museum, his home, his brother. And Bubba's the exact
Yeah.
same. The parallels are, I just see more and more similarities.
Anyway, it's time for Wade to suffer. He gets the fate that I guess dozens of people before him have experienced in this town, but this is the first time we get to see it, and it's him being turned into a kind of a Kinder egg because these aren't wax figures in this town, they're people that are covered in wax, and he's about to get that treatment from Vincent. We're going to see how it's made.
The scene with Wade being transformed is
He
one of
goes
the
through it.
best in the movie. Vincent has paralyzed him. He can't move, he can't speak. All he can do is he's screaming, but it's muffled, or he's crying, but it's muffled, and his eyes can move. So as Vincent waxes every hair off of his body and stitches his 2 wounds, Wade is wide awake. His eyes are darting
The
everywhere,
tears.
and it's the tear that does it for me. You see, just a couple of tears fall down his cheek, and it's such an effective scene, like, you feel his distress.
It's great acting with limited resources.
You can feel the terror that's just coursing through his veins. It's such a great fucking scene.
Of course, he gets head to toe sprayed with searing hot wax, which, I've done stuff with wax before,
What?
Not for me. Yeah.
Oh, there's some lore
I mean,
there.
it's not much lore. Like, I let
Somebody
my
poured
girlfriend
wax on you?
pour I let my girlfriend pour wax on me once. It wasn't for me. I did not enjoy the feeling of having my skin burned by wax and then it hardening onto me. Like, that was not enjoyable.
There's only one thing
Mm,
that's supposed to be getting hard in the bedroom.
yeah, I know exactly. I mean, maybe a couple more things if you don't want to get into that, but
No, I don't.
yeah, pretty much.
I don't kink
And this,
shame. It's not my thing.
yeah, it burns at first, then it sets, and it still
It's
burns.
still hot once it gets hard. Giggity, I know, before you say it. The
Phrasing.
second it came out of my mouth.
But yeah, so we know, or at least I know watching this, that Wade's getting very hard and very hard while this is all happening to
Poor
him.
Wade. That has to
Like
cook your skin.
yeah, exactly. He's getting cooked inside there, paralyzed, can't move, agony. And then he's gonna be dressed up and
Still alive, by the way.
just kill me and then do this.
We can't even
Like,
call it a death scene, but
it's like a
it
pre-death scene.
is one of the top tier, I guess, torture scenes, because it is torture. A nightmarish scene that your brain never could have fucking come up with on its own. New fear unlocked.
And it's the first showcase of something this movie does really well, which is the the effects work.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it gets a bit heavier after this in terms of what they show in terms of gore, but like this is like the preamble to all that. It's setting the stage for what happens to Wade when Dalton shows up later and tries to help him while he's sat there in front of this piano. He goes up to him, pokes him in the cheek, and then starts peeling his
And
face
then
off.
and then the best part is he notices that Wade is still alive, and he starts panicking, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you out of this." And then
While,
he
while continuing to peel.
keeps peeling him.
So his strategy of getting him out there is what? Peel him completely,
I think he's, like, trying
skin
I
him.
think he's trying to do that challenge, like, anytime you peel an orange and you try to, get the skin off all in one piece, you always feel so accomplished when you do. I think that's what he's trying to
It
do. Because
is a
why
fun thing to
else
do. Difficult, but fun.
why else would you be profusely apologizing? I'm so sorry," continues peeling him.
Yeah, like while he's picking at his face with both his hands.
"I'm so sorry, dude."
I just gonna skin you real quick, and then, well, your shell won't be on you anymore, so you'll be able to get out of here. I don't know. Like, what's the
He's
reasoning?
gonna take Wade out, but leave his skin behind?
I guess.
He doesn't really get the chance to find out when Vincent stumbles upon him, and he takes a swipe at Dalton, but Dalton ducks. He's got good reflexes.
Reflexes from a couple of characters in this movie, actually. Nick also has good reflexes when he comes face to face with Bo.
Nick has the best reflexes, but Dalton's are pretty decent because he ducks out of the way, and Vincent ends up slicing Wade's cheek off, and you see his jaw all exposed.
Yeah, the half of the cheek that Dalton hadn't taken care of yet, that falls away. And Wade's suffering only increases, and he sheds another single tear. It's like this guy and his tears. It's like an Italian
If
neorealism
I ever
film.
landed, like, in a real life horror movie, can you just shoot me or slit my throat or cut my head off? I That is the worst case scenario, what happened to Wade.
If you want to turn me into a waxwork or fish boy or whatever, just kill me first. Just kill me nice and quick and do whatever the hell you want with my body. I won't care about it at that
Fish
point.
boy would start to smell pretty rank if he was dead, I think. Low tide, you know?
And yeah, as you say, Dolphin shows good reflexes. He doesn't last too long, though. He gets his head chopped off by a couple of blades. And another great visual effect when his head rolls to the side and we see his body being dragged away in the background. Well, while Bobby from Scary Movie blinks
Bobby
away.
from Scary Movie. Stop that.
That's, he plays the character in a similar way as well.
He plays the same character. Bless John Abrams' heart, but the range is lacking a bit.
He's not known for his
He
versatility.
serves a purpose.
Did you know he was in Terrifier 3 at some point? I don't recall him in Terrifier 3. Was he a major character? Was he under heavy makeup? I don't remember him being in Terrifier
I'm not
3.
sure. I mean, to be fair, I've only watched Terrifier 3, I think, twice, maybe 3 times.
I think probably 3 times because I believe we watched it twice together.
While all this is going on, Carly's been captured by Bo, and he's tied her to some, like, sadistic little barber's chair in the basement of his garage. He's super glued her lips shut, which is a really wince-inducing scene for me. More so when
Just them being glued together
well,
is wince-inducing, or are you talking about when she
more so when she rips
escapes?
her lips apart. I can't even say it out loud without, like, my heart skipping a beat. It's hard to watch. He's putting so much on.
To be sure. And she does rip them open, but not before she gets, like, the tip of her finger cut off. Like,
Nick comes
and
looking for her.
her priorities aren't really in line because she hears Nick and to try and get his attention, like, first she tries to escape from the chair, she frees herself a little bit and then lifts her hand through, like, a drain cover, which Bo sees, and he snips her finger off. More great gore. Yeah, instead of, I don't know, like, ripping the glue from your mouth first, like, it's only after she loses part of a digit that she decides, "You know what, maybe I'll make some noise
I feel
here."
like she could have kicked something or
Yeah, like,
she could have thrown something.
she had a free hand, like, wave shit around. She's a final girl, she's not supposed to think, coherently. I
She finally gets her shit together, gets the glue off in a really wince-inducing scene. She finally screams, and Nick, we're talking about reflexes earlier. If I was in a horror movie, I'd want Nick with me because he's so quick and he's not fucking around.
beats Bo's ass.
Nick's already fucking 10 steps ahead, beats his ass. The physicality is just wild. I love it. And then he locks Bo out of his own garage and goes to rescue Carly. And this is the moment that we see his character do a 180. I do like Carly, but no, I feel like he outshines her. She doesn't really have much of an arc. She's a girl planning to move to New York. Like,
She's the same character throughout, really.
he's got depth. And she does get some physical scenes with Bo and Vincent, but he does most of the heavy lifting. So, yeah, I find him to be, I guess, the more interesting character. I prefer Paris Hilton's character to Carly too.
Really? Oh, that's a hot take, 'cause Carly's pretty popular. I wish Alicia Cooper had done more horror movies around this time. She only did this and Captivity in the 2000s, and that was a good movie. See Paris Die was the marketing campaign for this movie, an effective one, and one that the movie delivers on because she has certainly the most memorable death scene in this movie. And we can't really say Wade's is a death scene, so I guess technically it's also the best death scene, not just the most memorable that Paris Hilton has.
The marketing campaign went so fucking hard. It was crazy. If you weren't there, you just don't know. And I was there and it was amazing. They delivered. And I really think even though it doesn't achieve the exact same level, the exact same status, I consider her death to be in the same realm as Helen Shivers from I Know You Last Summer in terms of how good it is, and good in terms of how tense the chase scene is.
It is packaged with a chase
Correct.
scene, it's not just her dying, like And it's more foot violence in this movie, or lower leg violence, I guess you'd call it, if we're including the Achilles slice earlier. She gets stabbed through the sole of her foot. Again, it's very hostile, like in terms of the visual. We get a full look at her getting sliced up.
Wow.
I guess one minor criticism I have of this scene is that it seems like for a couple of seconds there she forgets that she has a leg injury, because it's not until a few seconds later that the limp is actually occurring. Maybe it was the adrenaline. I don't know. But
Oh,
she was certainly not, and if she was, like, I don't know what to say. I don't I don't know whether this was before or after that rom-com movie she did, The Hottie and the Nottie, which I've also watched. It's like, I think it's still on the bottom 100 of IMDb. Doesn't really deserve to be there. It's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. And she, yeah, like it has an uplifting message that it's okay to be ugly, because it's what's inside that counts. And with that in mind, by the end of the movie, you might just be attractive enough for the main character to date. Um, the lead guy in that movie, he wants to date Paris Hilton, but I guess it's kind of like the Spice Girls song, which they might even sample in the movie. I don't remember, but you know what I'm talking about. If you want to be my lover, right, you gotta get with my friend. It's basically that kind of setup. Hilton's the hottie, this other girl's the naughty.
that
The
makes
guy
me
realizes that
irrationally
she's actually got
angry.
a great personality, but the
Wow.
movie really underlines the fact that that's not enough by making sure she's hot by the end. So it's okay for him to choose her instead of Paris Hilton. And yeah, I think that's, like, of all the criticisms that movie had, and there were many, that was the main one. That was the through line of all the bad reviews. I think it's 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Actually, it can't be, because I remember reading a positive review. So it's like probably like 1%.
Her death scene, she takes a metal pole straight through her head and falls to her knees, and her head slides down the pole as blood drips down her face. It's arguably the most iconic image of the entire movie.
And and we get a close up of it too. It's either that or the face peel, but probably this in more cases, and more great gore effects as well. The slide down the pole especially is so nice. Like, they could have just shown her getting, one shotted by this pole, like, again, fall off camera kind of thing, but no, she lands on her knees, slides down it. Amazing work. Do want to make sure we know she's definitely dead. We don't want her coming back like Jason Voorhees in House of Wax 2, do we now? House of Wax 2, Paige's Revenge.
Do I wanna say, like, top 20 maybe? It's up there. Great creative choices, and I dare somebody to say that they were disappointed. Something really weird about this movie that's really never explained. It's this little subplot that I don't say bugs me, maybe it does bug me, I don't know, but, um Paris Hilton mentions at the beginning of the movie that she thinks she might be pregnant, and she's trying to find the time to tell her boyfriend 'cause she hasn't told him yet, and she's having this conversation with Carly, and Carly makes some, like, throwaway comment like, "You know he's never gonna marry you, right? His parents won't
Oh yeah,
let
that
him."
shit.
And there's never any conversation about any of it ever again. So, we don't find out if she's pregnant, which ultimately doesn't matter because she ends up dead. Um, but what is up with his parents? I wanna know.
Don't find out about his parents. What's their deal?
We get a really great 3rd act in this movie. This is a bit of a longer movie. It's closer to 2 hours than an hour and a half, and
The Simple Life too.
it doesn't feel that long.
Not married a farm girl.
Well, I
I think it feels a little too long for me. That's one of my minor criticisms of this movie. It is a little long. We could take out the whole subplot.
to each his own. If you think it needs an edit, that's fine. I personally don't. Everything that's in there belongs there. It's a 2 hour, almost 2 hour movie that feels like a 90-minute movie to me. Once Nick frees Carly from the barber's chair, they're looking for her phone. They go to the movie theater. There's a whole cat and mouse with them and Bo, who's chasing them all over town, which culminates in a showdown between the four of them, Bo and Vincent versus Carly and Nick. Fire is started in the house. So the house catches and it's starting to melt very, very quickly.
Because it's all made of wax. Like, it literally is a house of wax, which, like, that must have been like an ordeal to build this building out of wax. Like, how many candles did they melt down? It's certainly impressive set design, kind of raises questions. But yeah, the house starts to melt as they're fighting it out amongst themselves.
You know how Nev Campbell says not in my movie in Scream? Well,
Like,
Carly means
she's
it.
not one of these final girls that hits them once and leaves for some reason.
She beats his face to a pulp with a baseball bat. It's a really nice scene and more great
Yeah.
effects when you see his face looking like fucking hamburger. It's awesome. This Vincent chases Carly up the stairs as the house melts, and she barricades herself in a room behind a wax door, and she barricades it with furniture that's made out of wax. But everything is melting. So Vincent doesn't even have to break the door down.
Yeah,
Oh
he gapes his way into this room.
my God. Yeah, okay, fine. Might as well lean into it. He gapes the door open and they go head to head. And she tries to reason with him, but it doesn't work. So he ends up falling and
House
landing
of
on
Gape.
top of Bo.
House of the Waxy Gape.
Yeah. And they die as they were born. That's how they were conjoined. The front of Vincent's face was conjoined to the back
They're
of Bo's
reconjoined.
head. So it feels like a bit of a full circle moment. They left this world the same way they came into it.
Yeah, I never really thought of it like that. Yeah, I never thought of it like that. It's another nice touch that, like, it's not just a dumb slash, like, some thought's been put into the visuals of this movie.
Yeah. You've got great effects, you've got interesting characters, interesting villains. Um, the set pieces are so good. The gore. I can't believe you have me saying this. We get our second gaping scene in the movie.
The sexiness of this movie. It's not just got a hot cast of not quite teenagers, but, you know, young adults, but it's also got Gape, guys.
Let's just gape this wall right here. Oh my, I hate myself.
But they can't go down the stairs,
They
they've melted
just
by this point.
dig at the walls and push their way out. It's a gaping scene, and it also kind of looks like a birthing scene. The way they pop out of the walls.
Wait, this house, it's made of wax. How can we use that? We can finally say R.I.P. Wade, because he is definitely dead after he sinks into the molten wax of this building. Like, the assumption is there, 'cause, like, we have this whole fight scene, we have Bo and Vincent getting killed. The assumption is that, you know, that blow to the face earlier wouldn't have killed Wade. So, like, as he's sinking into this molten wax,
We
th-
get
this is the end of it.
one last twist at the end. We find out that Trudy Sinclair did not have 2 sons, she had 3. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it turns out that the hillbilly that gave Carly and Wade a ride earlier, and who likes to dump dead animals out in this pit, he's the third brother. And as they as they get carted away in the back of an ambulance, they look out and see him sat in the back of a pickup truck with his dog, just waving and smiling at them.
The complicity is so evident,
Yeah,
it's
he's just
crazy.
he's just sat there at the edge of this active crime scene, like, you know everyone else is dead,
Oh my
and the cops find out there's a third one.
he he's a bit of an odd one. He carries around this massive Bowie knife. He's created this, like, roadkill pit. Um, dare I say that his parents are maybe a little more related than you'd like them to be? It's giving webbed toes and fingers.
He's simple. It's not a gene pool, it's a gene puddle. That this family has. He gives them a little wave, and that's the ending of the movie. There was no House of Wax 2. I mean, there wasn't gonna be a House of Wax remaining, so I don't know what he would have done if there was a sequel.
I love a good one-off movie that's, like, really, really special. Nowadays, you have the masses screaming for a sequel. There's nothing wrong with just letting something stand on its own, and that's what this does, and it does it really well. Has so much rewatchability, still
Money.
holds up. Even the music, that's something else we didn't really get into. The movie opens with Disturbed and closes with My Chemical Romance, and a whole bunch of great music, throughout.
Yeah.
This will come as no surprise to absolutely anybody, but 5 stars for me. What about you?
3.5 3.5 stars for me. I think it's a little too long. I know you disagree, but it's what it is. They could have shaved some scenes off, I think. The twist the twist also is whatever. You know, the guy being the third brother, like, who cares? He's not gonna do anything.
Um,
I think as far as this director goes, I liked Orphan a little better than this movie.
the 2000s remakes were peak, and I wanna say, like, the 2010s, it took a nosedive off a cliff there for a minute.
And this is top 3 for you. I think it's probably, I don't know, top 6 or 7 for me when it comes to these horror remakes.
It's worth watching, 100%, and it's a lot of fun, and if you don't like it, I guess it's because you don't like fun.
Oh, okay, this is one of your you just hate fun movies. I feel like with pretty much all of the remakes of the 2000s, like, it was mixed when it debuted, but these days, most people seem to love it, rightly so. Like, it's aged so well. We've watched it just with each other, like, 6 or 7 times now. I'm not even counting the times you watch it by yourself. I just know that we've watched it a bunch, and, like, it's always good.
That's House of Wax, a banger. We thank y'all for listening, and if you're so inclined to hit like and share and subscribe, and we will see you next Tuesday. For real this time.
This time we mean it. Like, it's gonna happen, guys. Maybe.